Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Diamond in the Rough. My name is Karen Walker, the host of the show, and I am very happy to have our special guest, Nahjee Grant, with us today. He is a philanthropist, he is a humanitarian, he is a motivational speaker, and he's also a children's author. Um, Welcome, Nahjee.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Again, I'm so very happy to have you um, to talk about cool, smart kids, right? Congratulations to you and all your future endeavors. I wish you well. And I'm excited to have you.
Excited to be here.
Indeed. I want to talk about beginnings, all right? Tell me how you got interested in the beginnings.
Writing
children's books. Indeed.
Spiraled into everything else. Well, I took a class for writing short stories my senior year in high school.
Go Aces.
Go Aces at Longmere High School.
Let's do that again. Okay, because they need to feel the enthusiasm. Ready? Go Aces.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Indeed.
That's right. At Longmere High School, I graduated in 2007, and I took a class for writing short stories my senior year.
Okay.
And it ignited a passion for creativity and innovation. And I actually needed that class to graduate.
Oh.
To have enough credits to graduate on time with my class because my grades were so poor, 9th and 10th grade.
Okay.
Which is how the whole Cool Smart Kid concept came about.
Okay.
But as far as writing, it started out, that ignited, that was a start in 12th grade.
Okay.
And then shortly after graduation, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, right? I ended up putting together my first story book about 2 years after graduation.
Okay.
And never looked back since.
Okay. So I need to ask you to expand your explanation a little bit more about your motivation behind the series, if you will. Is it a series of books?
Yes.
Or do they live independent of each other?
Well, there's two different series. So the one series, the journey of the Cool Smart Kid, is based off of, again, my experience in 9th and 10th grade as a very, very poor student. I failed my freshman year in high school.
Okay.
I only passed 2 classes.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I only passed 2 classes.
Jeez. Okay.
So, and what I do, I even failed gym, right? And it was gym, Spanish, history. I mean, across the board, D's, F's, algebra, like everything. And I wasn't a very motivated student. I was always in the hallways, always sleeping in class, right? Always in detention. And actually really started in 7th, 8th grade and spilled into high school.
Okay.
And I was always the good kid, smiling.
Oh,
nice.
really? That's hard to believe.
Really, come on now, don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
But I
apologize.
But I just couldn't get it together with the academics, and I really couldn't find the focus to really, take care of my education. And it cost me because, again, at the end of the school year, I only passed 2 classes, and I was almost forced to redo 9th grade all over again.
Okay.
But it was because a principal, Miss Marcy Hotfield, which I still see time to time, and I love her, and I love her for it, is that she gave me a second chance to prove myself. Or again, there's another principal who's like, just redo 9th grade all over again, and I took her initiative that if I passed the first half of the school year without any failing grades, I can remain in 10th grade.
Okay.
If I failed any class for the first 2 semesters, I had to remain in 9th. And I'm like, okay, I'll take up the challenge. And I just had a strict focus that nothing else mattered except getting those grades together, because I don't know where I would have been mentally if I
Right.
had to redo ninth grade all over again. And it just forced me to pay attention, focus. I'm in class, I'm listening, doing homework, everything that I wasn't doing for 7th, 8th, and ninth grade. But and I did it. But throughout that time, my mom was always trying to be as motivational and encouraging as she could. And one day she said to me, "Do you want to be the cool, smart kid, or do you want to continue being the cool, dumb kid that people are perceiving you to be?"
Okay.
And that's where the concept of the cool, smart kid came from. With our book series,
Right.
where I put those messages, themes, and an underlying story in the books that that we publish now.
Kudos to Miss Jerry. Okay.
Don't
I
blow
adore
her.
her.
Don't blow her head up
Listen
anymore.
here,
And I
she
love her.
deserves it.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
because if it weren't for her, and I'm sure, as you mentioned, your teachers, mentors, friends, you wouldn't be the person that you are today, right?
Yeah, it was a small circle.
Right.
Doesn't be a big one, but a support system. And just knew that I could do better
Okay.
and be better.
Okay.
And my grades should reflect what I was capable of.
Okay.
And it just wasn't for, again, from 7th to ninth grade.
Okay.
And again, a little bit of 10th, but really 7th and ninth. And but again, I needed 10th, 11th, and 12th grade to make up the classes that I failed in ninth grade,
Okay. Wow.
because I wasn't
Okay.
eligible for summer school.
Right. Oh,
So
wow.
I had to. It was very
My
stacked.
goodness.
So it was very stacked. It was very stacked.
Okay.
I didn't have any free time, free
Right.
periods. I just from ninth, first half of ninth grade of taking ninth grade again. After I failed freshman year, I wasn't in a grade.
Okay.
I had to prove myself that I can be in 10th grade. So I
Right.
really had 2 homerooms. I was my report card. One said 9, one said 10. Like it's like where do you put him?
Right.
And I took that as really as motivation, to really focus. I'm like, I want to get out of this limbo state that I was in, and I ended up, passing. And I remember being in ninth grade, and in the ninth grade office, and I had the principal sharing with me my grades,
Okay.
right? And she had to actually call the math teacher. I remember like it was yesterday. She had to call. She had to call.
Right.
She had to call the teacher
Right.
to get the last grade.
Ah.
And he goes, "Oh, you did well. C, got a C here, B here, C here."
Okay.
And he's like, "I don't have anything for math yet." And
Right.
my heart was pounding,
I'm sure.
because if she said, D, F, failing
Yeah.
grade,
Yeah.
I mean, in my mind, even if she wholeheartedly didn't think that if I didn't do well, that would remain in ninth grade, but that was what we had set
Okay.
out to do.
Okay.
So she calls and she's like, "Oh no, he did well. I believe it was like a C and average, but better than year before with the F."
Okay.
And she just walked me down the hall to the 10th grade office and she said, "Congratulations, and you did it." And
Well done.
Well done.
Okay.
Well done.
So, what motivated you to start this series?
Well, basically, again, I wasn't a good student when I was in high school.
Okay.
Starting in 7th grade, and then but really in ninth grade is when it was like the downfall for me academically.
Really?
My mom tried to be as encouraging as she could, as a loving mom, right?
As she is.
And
Indeed.
and still is and always will be. And she would always encourage me, again, you're better than this. But it's downward spiral, right? And in one out, in the ear and out the other. And, I ended up failing my freshman year in high school. Only passed 2 classes.
Okay.
Everything else, D's, F's, E, detentions.
I am shocked.
I was shocked then too.
Okay.
I was shocked then too. But again, I needed, the hindsight, I needed that.
Okay.
With some of the students didn't get that experience, and I got that very, very early. But I created the Cool Smart Kid series because my mom used to always say to me, "Do you want to be the cool smart kid, or are you continue to be the cool dumb kid that people are perceiving you to be?" Especially your teachers and
Okay.
and principal, et cetera. You can do better. I know you can do better, right? You're always smiling. You're nice. holding the door for people.
Right.
Like your grades aren't reflecting who you are and what you can be. And once, you know, I got a second chance from a principal to get my grades together and get my act together, and I took that on full steam to prove, not to them, but to me, that I can do my schoolwork. But that experience, I just need to put that in the story and share with kids and students coming up after me that it's okay to fail.
Okay.
Right, never lose sight of who you are. That's the thing for me. Like I never lost sight of who I was. It was just what I was doing. I couldn't find that true north. And then once I found it with that second chance, you know, sky's the limit after that. But I had wrote that series to motivate and inspire students today to be that cool, smart kid, even if they feel like they are that cool, dumb kid under different circumstances.
Okay, so now that leads me to ask, what suggestion would you have for a young person, male or female, who may find themselves in that predicament, aside from what you experienced? What suggestions would you have if they lose sight of who they are as a person, not certain about what they want to be when they grow up professionally, if they're being bullied? What suggestions would you have for them?
You know, so many things. Good question. Because you know, when I go to school visits, the author talks. It's the students that come, and I love all of them in the big groups and assemblies. But the ones that come out to me afterwards, right, privately, and have those same questions and conversations, are the ones that really hit me. You know, when I'm at the schools, and I most likely encourage them. One, saying that it's okay, you have plenty of time, right? One, if you don't know what you want to do.
Right.
You know, again, just to go back for a sec, I wanted to be a writer when I was in first grade, but then I wanted to be something else in second and third and fourth.
Right.
And, excuse me, it wasn't until, you know, I reignited that passion for writing my senior year in high school that it reignited, okay, I can actually do this.
Okay.
Because my teacher was very encouraging to me about that. But again, it's like, it's okay, right? Like be a kid, like have fun.
Okay.
Just never lose sight of who you are as a person.
Indeed.
Indeed. Right? Like again, the core of who you are.
Right.
Right? Character.
Indeed.
Personality. And just being a nice, kind, loving student person. Being the best. We share sibling. You know, best daughter, son that you can be. Right? Like those other things around you, like who can be later on, like will all come to you.
Right.
Right? Focusing on your schoolwork, right? Because without it, you're not going anywhere.
You got that right. You got that right.
You're not even going to. You can't even be, you know, what you want to be in the future if you don't take care of what's important to you right now. Those other things like will come, but on a lower level, you have to remain true to who you are,
I agree.
regardless. And those are the things that we share with the students, especially the ones that come up to me afterwards and like, I was just like you. I'm quiet. I'm shy. You know, I'm being bullied, or I want to be a gamer. But they keep laughing at me, etc. Like again, like it's okay, right? Like
so the pressures that the children are facing in this particular era are very different than what we experienced as we were growing up, right? And so I just want to add to what you're saying is I remember when I was much younger, feeling pressured to figure everything out. Right?
Yeah. Such a young age.
Exactly.
To be, you know, and again, sharing with them, like, there is no pressure, right? Because again, the work that I do and the message that I share is to accommodate the school, right? Like we don't teach, again, math, science, history, etc. We talk about visioneering, having a sense of purpose in your life. And being more motivational, that they can be anything they want in their life.
Let's say that one more time.
What they can be anything they want.
Anything. Right?
Anything.
Okay.
And you can be multiple things.
Indeed.
You can do 10 things if you want to.
Indeed.
20.
Right.
Right? It's about focus.
And being a visionary. when we come back, we're going to talk more about being a visionary, right? I think that we need to expand more about that when we return. Welcome back. We're so happy that you're joining us today on Diamond in the Rough. I am here with my special guests, Nahjee Grant, who is a children's author, and I also have some young children whom I adore that are joining us. We want to recap the subject matter of being a visionary, right? So we want to expand a little bit more about being a visionary and what your idea of what a visionary is or should be.
Yeah, like I was, before the break, we're talking about vision. You know, our books and our curriculum it's all based on having a vision for your life. Without vision, where are we going? Right? You need direction. Without vision, we're straying left, we're straying right. We don't know where we're going. It's like your GPS.
Right.
And
Great analogy. Okay, I like that.
yeah, it's your GPS. And so, like for me, when I had the vision of writing children's books, I knew where I was going.
Okay.
Anything that had nothing to do with writing and posting children's books was straying me off the path. But again, it took me through the different experiences to learn that after high school.
Okay.
How can we have students hone that a vision for themselves as early as possible? So yeah, I mean, so all of our curriculum, so starting in 2017, we started storybook-based curriculum.
Okay.
So I would do author visits, and gratefully, the students in the schools loved me, but I was just there for like an hour, hour or two for a school visit.
Okay.
Well, we wanted to be, how do you maintain a presence at the school?
Okay.
Right. So we started to develop curriculum where you can actually teach this message, the themes in our books, from a parent's perspective, from a administrator's perspective, and it took off, you know, from Philadelphia schools, you know, suburban schools, et cetera, and it just started because it didn't have that type of curriculum in the schools. So like we actually need you to teach us about vision.
Let's talk about your first book. Okay. Tell me more about first the title,
right,
and why you decided to publish this first book.
Well, the first book is not even available anymore.
Is that right?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not in the studio. It's not online anymore.
Oh.
If someone has it, I'm sure they probably resell on eBay for triple the amount of money because it's very rare if you find it.
Okay.
But it was called Nahjee.
Ah.
Nehwie.
Okay.
And that book was published in 2013. And I published that book because which most people don't know, one of my nicknames when I was younger was Noopy.
Oh,
Which
I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, my grandmother used to call me that. So that was the name of the book, and it was a character, was a newt named Nahjee, and he wanted to pursue being a singer, right?
Okay.
He had the vision of becoming a famous singer, but his dad wanted him to remain in the family business, and like don't do that nonsense, you know, singing and dancing. Like you need to be here, and he went against his father's wishes to pursue being a singer in the big city of New York City, and that was the very first book that I did. But that book was a quote unquote guinea pig of trial and error,
Right.
and learning the process of how to craft my own book and publish my own stories. But once I did that, and I started to market myself with that book, but I learned so much from that process that after that became the Aaron's Adventure series, which then took off, and we still have those books are available. But the first book was a learning experience, but it told me that I can do anything
Right.
that I put my mind to,
Okay.
which I can't do something without, I can't share something without the experience.
Exactly.
So I had the book, had it in my hand, it's
Okay.
published, has my name on it. It's not the best, but it's a start.
Okay.
And I took that and ran with it, and now we have over 20 children's books now today.
Of a few I have here, right? And I don't think the Nui is in
No,
there because,
not
as you said, oh,
not the
Aubrey,
Nui.
would you do me a favor, sweetheart? Would you come and pick up this book for me? Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. One of the books that I fell in love with was Believe in Yourself, right? I'm thinking that we can share this book with our children here that are here with us today.
Absolutely.
But before we do that, could you possibly give us a summary about this particular book, right?
Believe in Yourself.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the most heartfelt to me, because not just resonates with the title,
Right.
but the character. Her name is Stephanie,
Okay.
and as you can see, she has a bald head, so she has cancer,
Oh, okay.
right? And I
Right.
had a family member named Stephanie that passed away
Okay.
to cancer. She had sarcoma,
Right.
and created the character in her likeliness.
Okay.
When I did this book, and she passed away right before I finished this book.
Okay. Wow.
Around the time that I was writing the book. So, she has cancer, and she's watching her friends trick-or-treating on Halloween,
Okay.
right? But she's sick, she's home, she's being looking in the window, and she can't engage and be with her friends.
Okay.
So she tries on. Her mom's being encouraging as well throughout the story. So she has a box of costumes,
Okay.
and she's looking in the mirror when she's trying on the costume, and and again, talking about vision,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Where she puts on, like I said, puts a fishbowl over her head, and she sees herself as an astronaut,
Oh, wow.
right? Like
Yeah.
she's envisioning what she can become
Okay.
with the costumes that she's wearing.
Okay.
Again, not looking at her illness, but looking to the future.
Right.
Again, because thinking about vision, it's never about where you're at.
Right.
Where you're at is irrelevant.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
That's right.
So even when, again, illness,
Uh-huh.
we talk about vision. I was talking with someone who was in prison. Like, no matter where you're at, it's irrelevant.
Okay.
If you have vision for where you want to go in your life.
Right.
So again, just a short story where again she's trying on the costumes, and then there's encouraging words for each costume that she's trying on.
Okay.
Where she gets to see where she can go, not where she's at
In the present.
in the present.
Very good. I like that. So, since you summarized this book so very well, I did ask you if you could read a book or two during our recording today, but I want to hold off from presenting this book for you to read, and I would really love it if each of the girls would pick out a book, right? And so, thank you, girls, for joining me today. I appreciate it. And what are your names? And what are you? Would you turn around for me, because we need to see your beautiful face, right? And what's your name? Okay. And who's next? Little lady, come on over here, girlfriend. This is my girlfriend, right? All right. And what is your name, young lady?
Ava.
This is Ava. And how old are you, Ava?
6.
Fantastic. And we have the older of the three. Young lady, what is your name? Okay, Aubrey, would you come on over for a second with your book? Come on over with your book. We'll select another one. Okay. It's okay. It's all right. All right. So now we're going to have Mr. Nahjee read a story to us. Okay? And
Got some good selections down there.
I think so.
I'm biased though.
Well, you know, it's
You know,
okay because
I like
we're
it.
all cool and smart.
Yeah.
We may not be kids, but we're all cool and smart. So, Aubrey, would you pass your book to Mr. Nahjee for him to read? And I'm going to ask Ava to come on out and join us. Okay? Aubrey, why did you select this book? So,
The honesty.
Okay, the honesty, exactly. So what I wanted to ask you about is when you selected your books, right? Aside from her taking your other book, let's talk about the illustration. Do you know what the word illustration means? You're not sure?
Pictures.
Pardon me?
The pictures.
You said what again?
The pictures.
Very good. Give me a high five on that, sister. Very good. Okay. So in this picture, he's walking down a path and he's a cool, smart kid and he's on a journey. And let's find out what the journey is about.
With this cover and why it's so important is because let's talk about paths.
Okay.
We talk about journey and creating this story. I'm looking down this path and I can go left
Right.
or I can go right. This cover in particular is
Okay.
actually my favorite cover of all the books
Oh, wow.
that I've done because it's the most authentic because it's me, right? The other characters, coming out of my imagination. This is real life,
Okay.
right? The journey of the cool smart kid is me,
Right.
right?
Indeed.
But it also embodies all kids as well at some point in their life. So you're looking at this cover and you're looking at a fork in the road.
Okay.
And we always have choices that we can make. You can go left, or you can go right. Right? Do you want to?
Indeed.
You need to? Are we going to class on time?
Right.
We're hanging out in the hallway.
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
There's always choices that we can make in our life every single day.
Right. How about
And
that?
that's why this cover is the most important.
Did you hear what he just said?
The journey of the cool smart
What
kid.
did he just say?
He just said that we make choices every day, and we can go left and right.
I'll take it.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Very good.
So, the journey of the cool smart kid. And you're remiss to say that this book was dedicated to my cool smart parents.
Of course. Are you all
Alrighty.
prepared to ask questions? Yeah.
So my story begins in high school as a hard-head freshman who had no clear vision of his future. Nothing, my teacher said, seemed to get through to me. I could not focus on my schoolwork, and my mother advised me to pay attention and study hard, but I just wouldn't listen. See, there's a picture here, and can you see what I'm doing here? What am I doing?
You're being lazy.
Being lazy? Watching TV, I'm on my phone, not listening or paying attention. I wanted to be the cool kid in school, always hanging out with the wrong crowd in the hallways instead of going to class and studying. Most of the students were smooth talkers with the girls and played jokes with each other all the time. I thought I was good company because that's all I wanted to do, too. So whenever I decided to skip school and stay home and play video games all day, I'd often sleep through the entire class. My grades began to reflect my poor effort because I never studied or paid attention to any of my teachers. And can you tell which one is me in this picture? Which one? This one? With the Z's? Is sleeping in class? We shouldn't be sleeping in class, right? We should be paying attention? There you go. My lack of focus in the classroom cost me the one thing I cherish the most, basketball. I was often academically ineligible to play on the team, so I only played a total of 4 games and spent most of the time on the bench during the season. After the season was over, I completely lost interest in my schoolwork and failed all but 2 classes.
What were the 2 classes?
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember?
I ended up.
That's a good
That's
question.
a very good question. I passed history and I believe it was art. Every other class I failed. Math, algebra, math, history. I failed gym. How do you fail gym
Gym?
class? How do you fail gym class?
Gym
Well, the thing is, when you don't have again, no vision,
Right.
and lack of focus,
Okay.
I ended up,
Circling it back around to vision. Very good. Okay.
I was the one that was not wearing shorts, right? I was wearing long sleeve. I didn't want to run the mile.
Okay.
I didn't show up because I had no clear vision of why I would need to focus on my schoolwork. So once school year ended, I worked at my first job as a camp counselor during the summer. One evening after work, I received a letter in the mail from my school, and it turned my wonderful summer into a nightmare. The letter said that I was not eligible to pass ninth grade and would have to repeat the grade in the upcoming school year. Although I knew my school performance was below standard, I was completely shocked by the letter and its timing. So on the first day of school, I scheduled a meeting with the principals to weigh my options and decide my fate. I was ultimately given two choices. I could either redo ninth grade or prove I was smart enough to graduate with my classmates by not failing another class during the year.
Can I stop you for a minute? So this book is, do you know the difference between an autobiography and a biography? No? Mr. Nahjee, would you explain that, please?
Autobiography versus biography.
Indeed.
So if someone wrote this story, this is my story, right? It's an autobiography, right? If you wrote my story, be a biography. Does that make sense? So this is my story that I'm writing about my experience in high school. Ooh, can I get that?
There we go.
So when I made it home, my mother and I had a serious talk about my future. She asked me one of the most important questions of my young life. Do you want to be the cool smart kid or the cool dumb kid? You need to stay focused on your schoolwork and prove them wrong. I know you have what it takes to succeed, she added. And here's a picture of my mom always trying to get through to me and encourage me to be a better student.
Parents are amazing. What was the question?
What was the question?
Why is the hair like that?
Well, so the illustration is to show that she's very animated.
Oh, okay.
And
But
try-
that's
and
the
trying to-
afro, isn't it?
And trying to get through to me, yeah, and she
It's
has
the
a
afro?
small little afro.
Oh, okay.
That's 8 pieces of hair.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, with a second chance from my principals and inspiring words from my mother, I took on the challenge and began to take my education more seriously. I found myself in the library every day, studying to make sure my homework was complete on time.
Timing is everything.
I became more engaged in class, raised my hand for teacher questions, and asking for extra credit to improve my grades.
Very good.
But
So-
you can see this picture, hands raised,
Right.
I'm paying attention,
We're paying attention.
compared to earlier,
Indeed.
I'm sleeping class.
Sleeping in class. Now, he transitioned from sleeping in class to paying attention in class.
Right.
And so we will be taking a break, but before we take a break, I want to make sure that our audience can see your faces, right? So we need to pull back just a little bit, move back just a little bit. Ladies, move back closer to me, all right? All right, I love your hairstyles and all that's going on here, okay? Ava, come on back towards me. All right. Are you liking the story? Yeah. Would you turn around for me and talk to the television, right, or the camera? And what are your thoughts about the story?
Awesome.
Okay, so we'll take a break and we'll come right back. Welcome back. We are reading The Journey of the Cool, Smart, what? Very good.
There you go.
Very good.
So to continue the story, in 1 year, I turned my failing grades around enough to satisfy the principals. 3 years later, I was ready to graduate with all of my friends. With many bumps along the way, I always remembered my mother's encouraging words to stay on the right path and never give up. This was the first time I set a goal for myself and achieved it, and I will never forget the hard work and sacrifices I had to make to overcome my early academic challenges. So after graduating high school, I did not know what I wanted to do with my life. I worked jobs as a package handler at UPS. I was a car washer, a cashier, as I discovered what my true talent and purpose was in my life. But one night, after washing cars, I saw Senator Barack Obama from Chicago making a speech in front of thousands of supporters. He was running for president of the United States, and his message of hope and change inspired me to pursue my interests and make the best of my life. So my mother encouraged me to write my goals down and create a 5-year plan. She told me to cross them off the list once they were complete. And this illustration from my first 5-year plan was to write a book, run for office just like Barack Obama did, start a business, start a nonprofit organization, and have my own television show.
Can I ask a quick question? What is a nonprofit organization?
It's a nonprofit organization.
A nonprofit is a nonprofit? But what does that mean? Do you know?
It means nonprofit.
What's the definition of the word profit?
It means profit.
Okay.
So I put on my 5-year plan I wanted to start a nonprofit organization and also run a business so I can, one, earn money and have my own business, make a publisher of my own children's books.
Okay.
But also I was want to be very involved in helping the community and start a nonprofit that's not focused on earning money.
Correct.
But it focuses on its impact in the community.
Are you listening to the answer? And he said a nonprofit is what?
A nonprofit.
Is listen to Mr. Nahjee. He's going to explain to you what that means, okay?
Well, a nonprofit is not focused on making money. It focuses on impact and helping others in the community.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Well, we just need further yeah, because there's some kids that don't really know what that means, and we want to help them.
Absolutely.
Right?
So with a clear vision of where I wanted to be and who I wanted to become, I continued to work while pursuing my dreams. I was determined to be successful, fearless, and focused on my goals every day. Often, I would think of new ideas that could be added to my goals. So when I returned home at night, I would write that in my idea journal.
He had a journal.
And I still have it today. So
The journal that you had back then?
Well, again, it's evolved, right?
Okay.
But over the
Okay.
years, but I still write every day.
Okay.
So at just 23 years old and still in college, I was inspired to run for office as a state representative, following the footsteps of my political idol, Barack Obama.
Okay.
I knocked on doors all across the community, asking neighbors for their support, and although I did not win, it showed many people my passionate commitment to serve the community. Always determined to succeed, I continued to work at night, sweeping floors, and striving to become a published author by writing my books during lunch breaks. And this is also the back cover of the book,
Oh,
this illustration,
okay.
because it's the heart of perseverance and determination.
Nice.
Because I worked overnight shifts for 7 years while pursuing my dream of becoming a published author.
Wow. Congratulations.
And that's why it's the journey.
I like the journey. Yeah, right?
Almost.
It's almost.
So I began to see my hard work and perseverance pay off when my first book was finally published. I accomplished my goal and set an even higher goal for myself by becoming a best-selling author.
Congratulations.
Hold on. Oops, that's my fault. That one. So I read in the newspaper one day, I saw an ad from a television studio seeking new on-air talent. I seized the opportunity and called the studio for an interview to host my own television show. Television brought me into living rooms every week, and viewers saw me with a variety of guests of all backgrounds, colors, and religions, talking about their dreams, goals, and unique upbringing. So as I was beginning to develop a following since writing my first book, I began hosting book signings in libraries, schools, and churches, and bookstores with lines of people waiting to meet me and sign their books.
Nice. So you had a book signing.
Tons of book signings.
Okay.
Here we go. So in 5 short years, I completed every goal on my list, plus more.
Okay.
Writing over 20 children's books,
Wow.
developing mobile apps, started my own business, running for public office, hosting a weekly television show. And I shared my stories of my early academic struggles to ultimately finding my grit, determination, and perseverance overcoming my challenges with thousands of students across the country. And my goal is to share these stories so every child will gain the confidence to strive for success despite their current circumstances and remember that they are a cool, smart kid.
Stop.
The end.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
So let's review some of your publications as we did in our first break. Girls, can I ask you to come stand here with me? All right. All right. Everybody knows how to read, correct?
Yes.
All right. So stand behind here. Stand right in this gap here. Okay. All right. So, all right.
There you go.
So then after you hold up your book and you're going to read the name of the book and show it to the camera, right? For Mr. Nahjee, you're going to have a seat right here on the black rug, okay? All right.
Okay.
Ava,
Yeah.
you go first. What's the name of this book?
Believe in yourself.
Let's show it to our audience members through the camera. All right. Thank you, ma'am. You go ahead and want to take a seat. I appreciate that. All right, on the black top, facing the camera, right? Ma'am.
Aaron goes to the White House Science Fair.
All right, and this is Logan. All right, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. All right, take your pick, my dear. Let's see. Okay. Okay.
Aaron and the police give back to the community.
Okay, girls, let's settle down because we want to make sure that our audience can hear the title of the book, which is, again,
Aaron and the police give back to the community.
thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. You can have a seat right here on the black carpet. We're going to continue to enjoy Mr. Nahjee. He's going to talk a little bit about and summarize these books, if you don't mind.
Sure. Yeah. So the
Can we swap out?
Modern Hero is another autobiography. So it's an extension of The Journey of the Cool Smart Kid.
Okay.
So that's illustrative book for elementary school, 4th and
Okay.
5th grade.
Okay.
And this is for middle school.
He looks like he is a superhero.
We all,
Look at the cover.
we
girls.
are all superheroes
cover?
of,
Yes,
our,
indeed.
of our own life,
Yes, we are.
right? And creating them, again, Modern Hero, through faith and perseverance, how I became a cool, smart kid.
Okay.
And this book is actually on a number of schools' lists for 8th grade going into 9th grade,
Okay.
right? That transition year.
Okay. Wow.
Because, again, we talk about failing,
Right.
right? We talk about not having purpose, vision, and
And
strength,
focus. And focus.
and focus.
And focus.
And
Indeed.
schools come and say we need this book so we can keep them focused.
Okay.
Going transition from middle school to high school.
Right.
So yeah, Journey of the Cool Modern Hero, just a lengthier version of the book I just read, The Journey of the
Okay.
Cool Smart Kid.
Okay.
Right.
Ava or Logan, would you grab this book from Mr.? Very good. Have a sit down. Okay, have a seat.
Yeah, then we have
Very
Aaron.
good, thank you.
Aaron runs for class president.
Okay.
So it's an extension of the Aaron's Adventures series, where the first book was Aaron Goes to White House Science Fair. And in that book, Aaron gets to meet President Obama at the White House for the science fair. His project is a time machine.
Is this a true story, though?
Not true.
Oh, okay, okay.
In my mind.
Very good. Okay.
So what happened was, since Barack Obama was so influential to me, I get to meet President Obama through my stories.
Okay.
And Aaron gets to meet President Obama. His invention's a time machine. They get to go back and forth through time
Okay.
to meet people who influenced Aaron to become an inventor himself.
Oh, that's cool.
So, but when he gets back home, he decides to run for class president and be the first African American president of his school, same way that Barack Obama was the first African American president.
Okay.
So that's where the story comes from. Aaron runs for class president.
Okay, and then finally we have.
It's open.
One more. So we have Nui. I shared earlier that I didn't have there's a story before this.
Right.
The first book that I did, but Nui Big City Dreams, where again a young Newt named Nui is pursuing his dream of becoming a singer, and but he goes against his father's wishes of staying in the family business
Okay.
and quote unquote working the 9 to 5. Don't do anything creative,
Okay.
anything different.
Right.
I want you to remain here next to me. He goes against his father's wishes and pursues his dream because it's his vision, not his dad's. But if it's your vision, you have to see it through no matter what. And that's just again short story about him pursuing that dream. He's scared, right? He doesn't know where he's going, but step by step. But he knows, again, GPS,
Okay.
that I had to pursue this, and it's called Nui Big City Dreams.
Very good.
Right.
I'm very proud of you and all of your
Yeah, sure.
accomplishments, honestly. Thank you for your time today.
Appreciate you.
I would love it if you would share how anyone who's interested in reading your books, how do they get in contact with you? How, if they want to invite you to become a guest at the library, at their homes, your contact information.
Right,
Would
right.
you share all that with us?
Nah, I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. I love and
Absolutely.
appreciate you. You've been supportive
Love
my
you
whole
too.
life, and I wholeheartedly love you and appreciate you for that. Yeah, you can catch me at NahjeeGrant.com, NahJee Grant.com. My books are in all of our local libraries. And you can also, my email address is ddcreativestudios, that's creative with a K, not a C, ddcreativestudios at gmail.com. You can reach out to us as well at 484-341-0551, where all our information for schools, organizations to contact us. But other than that, I wholeheartedly appreciate you for having me on. Thank you.
Likewise, you were a pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Girls, we're closing the show. All right, do you want to say thank you, goodbye? You want to wave at the camera? Okay, come on back. Move on back a little bit. Very good. Very good. All right, have a seat. Turn around, Aubrey, for me so we can see your faces. All right. Are we ready? You see the monitor? You see me on the monitor? Right? All right. See the camera over here with the red light on it?
Where?
To your left? Okay? All right, that means we're recording. But now we're looking at the monitor. Everybody say, have a good day.
Have a good day.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everyone. And thank you for joining us on Diamond in the Rough.
Each book tells a story. You know, we've been doing this for 10 years, right? So the goal was originally to publish a book, or like 2 books a year.
Well,
Oh.
we first met at Kiwanis, believe it or not. Yeah, that's how I got to meet Nahjee. So I was at a district conference for Kiwanis.
Yeah.
And that's when you first started telling us about your books and the library.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Collegeville.
No, even before that, that was, District 17 was having a meeting.
How long ago are we
And
talking?
you were just, maybe 6 years ago?
Oh, okay. Oh, you guys
Yeah,
are-
a long
You guys are
time
old
ago.
friends now.
No,
Well, I'm old.
We're
We're
only
friends.
friends.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to. It was longer than when I was in Collegeville for your. You guys had a conference with Kiwanis, with Sarah.
We were at a library, and you introduced yourself and your books.
Mm.
So it seemed like you were still a teenager at the time. And you
Nice.
just presented us with what you were doing. It was just an amazing thing to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you were telling about the
I appreciate-
box of books that,
Well, no, I remember that. So that was a program that we did, the home library program.
right, exactly.
I remember that. Yeah. So when I first started, the first year of publishing children's books and going into the Philadelphia schools, I realized the inadequate library system, right? So I'm like, I had to do something like while I'm here, right? So as part of my nonprofit, we would literally, it's kind of like Robin Hood, in a sense. So we would, I would go to like an art center or even a library, like in Lowell Marion, and we would partner with them and collaborate, and we would build these little home libraries, like wooden libraries,
The kids could take.
and the kids and the families would bring books, and then we'd also paint them.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, which is
That's
something we
really
can do
cool
here
idea.
as well. Yeah. And we would have them paint it, and then now it's a home library.
Yeah.
And then when I will go to a school, we would literally in my car full, truck full of books, boxes with books as a home library, and that's part of the program that I shared.
And how did you get hooked up with Kiwanis? I have no idea what the lead-in to have you at our meeting was.
Sarah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, Sarah Zuleta. She was past governor.
She's had several
Those
very
different
key
roles.
She's still, right, she's
Right, but
still very
still
active.
involved, and we still work
Okay.
together even this
And
year.
how did you meet Sarah?
Her husband and I worked together when I was at Ardmore Toyota.
Oh
That's
my
so
God,
fun.
I like to see the way things
Wow.
evolve. So
Yeah.
you worked,
That's
okay.
One of my many jobs to get to the
Okay.
point where
Yeah.
to figure out what I wanted to do, etc. And one of them was Toyota. His name's Ian, and
How funny is that?
yeah.
See, everything works out, right?
and everything works
Yeah.
out. And it just so happened again. I forget how the conversation went. Again, it was like 6-7 years ago, but my wife does type of work that et cetera, and we end up connecting.
Mhm.
And we're going having a conference at this library. We're going,
Right.
and then we just
Yeah,
been connected ever since.
yeah.
And then you meet people along the way,
Mm-hmm.
and Cynthia and I have been friends
Yeah,
since.
we've gotten back in touch, and when you had Barnes and Noble. Remember you and
That's
I.
how you and I met first.
And I was going to add again. I was
Yeah.
going to say, and
And I
through
went to Barnes
Back
and
when I
Noble
worked there.
to.
well, we didn't even know initially.
Yeah, it wasn't
you
until
made
he reached out, yeah.
made the connection
Yeah.
Okay.
right for
And as soon
Karen
as he
over the
first
summer.
emailed me, I was
Yeah,
like, why does
yeah.
he look so familiar? And
Yes.
when I worked at Barnes & Noble, he did a story time with us and came in and was
Okay.
selling his books. That was like back in
Alright.
2017, I think. It was a
Yeah,
while ago.
a while ago.
You never know. Come
No,
full
you
circle.
don't.
And then here we are. And even like even having this display,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the memories,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Sure.
I mean, each book obviously tells a different story, but each book obviously with a different year that it was published.
Mm-hmm. And it
Just
brings
has me
back.
brings back different memories. Because I started my first book came out in 2013.
So you've been doing this for quite a while now.
Oh, it's 11 years ago.
Yeah,
My goodness.
January 2013. Now that book, the first book's no longer available. It's like whoever has that book, maybe like on eBay or anything like that, probably sell it for
Oh my goodness, see that? You've only got antiques.
collector's edition. But that book's no longer available. But that book was a learning process,
Sure.
like the guinea pig,
Okay.
right? To
Start
learn,
somewhere.
right? But also figuring out again how to do it and what not to do. And it was one of the best learning experiences, especially with sharing. I went to every library. I have a book. You're right. Can I read to kids? You know, just to get out there.
Right.
And just the, I mean, the yes or the no's or, you know, reading to kids and they like it, love it, hate it, doesn't matter. Like I just need to be doing something that I love doing and want to pursue. And so that book's no longer available, but it wasn't a great book, but I needed, you have to start anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what we share with kids, you know, throughout the process,
start
right?
from the first
You
one.
just start. You just
Yeah.
got to start. And then now we're over 20 books in,
Look at that.
right? And so, I mean, with the display, obviously giving a biography about myself, obviously, and then I have some, you know, some of the sponsors that helped put this together with me. And then just sharing, you know, the books, background in the literacy with the Cool Smart Kid Learning Center, and the curriculum that we developed over the last 10 years as well. So one of the things that was very, very important for me, probably after the 5th year of writing children's books, is, you know, how do you make more impact, like, once you leave?
Right.
Right, like it's fine. Again, you've been there for 2 hours, did your
Right,
thing,
but
they
then-
love you, and then it's over. So we started to develop storybook-based curriculum,
That's really cool.
right? All the messages and themes and in the book, we put that in the curriculum for the students, but also for parents and for teachers as well. So starting with my nonprofit organization, The World Was Made for You, which got the shirt on today, is you know, I made an emphasis when I started writing children's books to be a part of the community and make impact locally at the same time that I was pursuing the business of writing and publishing children's books. Not wait until you're, you know,
Right.
big and famous and then
Okay.
give back. I wanted to do it
Grow it
hand grow it together. And it's like sometimes like the community part takes off and then I'm not doing as much publishing. Sometimes we're publishing and like, you know,
Right.
waivers, but either way it always levels out. So I mean over the last 10 years with the nonprofit organization, from, you know, holidays, bicycles, toys, over 500,000 books that we've donated, you know, school supplies,
I remember
building
last year you brought us a whole bunch of school supplies. We had so much fun handing
school,
those out.
school supplies, backpacks. You know, we have over from the spring of 2024, we'll have over 20 free libraries.
That's great.
Also, all throughout Lower Marion, Ardmore, Bryn Mawr, Haverford, West Philadelphia. And we've also built libraries and daycare centers as well in West Philadelphia. So that'll just end up taking over in itself, even if we didn't do the publishing. So again, had to do it hand in hand. And even like for the display, for the business, I never wanted to, like, for me personally, once somebody thinks that they can figure me out, is when you do it
Throw
complete.
something else at 'em.
Gotta keep throwing it out there. Like, oh, you're the author. Like, no, wait, you didn't see but that last thing we did. So always keep growing. So with the business, you know, we opened up a clothing boutique right after the pandemic called Epiphany Designs.
Okay.
Because during the pandemic, when obviously none of us could leave our homes,
Right.
I started to design other things than just just our children's books.
great.
So we designed clothing and a fragrance line,
Do everything.
and it just kept, and you know, sneakers like this just kept growing and being creative. And then once we got out, opened up a clothing boutique and had that for about a year, and then opened up a studio in hometown of Ardmore, and you know, from hosting documentaries, podcasts, videos, like everything. So just for the kids to experience the journey, not just with the books, but everything else creative.